Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Robert Ralph, freelance writer and content creator. This is actually my second video of the day, but will be going out first. It's a slightly different setup to what I've been used to. Today I wanted to try and attempt to use my new Insta360 camera. So if this uploads correctly and if I do it right, you should be able to pan around 360 degrees to see what's in front, the right, left, and of course behind me. So have fun doing that. I hope it turns out well, but let's get on to today's content. Today's content is actually something that I have spoken about in the past, but time is of the essence really. Which you'll understand when I post this video and what I'm going to tell you towards the end of it. Basically today's video is all about investing in yourself and having some self-belief. When you're a new writer to the Medium platform, if you're like me, I came across hundreds of stories about how people are successful on this platform. Now, I've done a load of videos about that in the past, so I'll link a few below. But essentially what I was reading is everyone's successful. They're all making lots and lots of money. But I appear to be the only one who's not making that money. I'm the one who's struggling. I'm the one who gets 1 or 2 claps or a comment at best. Or my views are very low. My Medium payment is quite poor. I'm getting literally, $1 or $2 on each article that I publish. And I went through a stage of really doubting whether writing was for me, whether I had the ability to put pen to paper, so to speak, or finger the keyboard in my case. And a lot of self-doubt really crept in. Could I cut the mustard on this platform? Of course, like many others, and hopefully like you watching this video at the moment, I decided to try and stick it out. I can be a stubborn mule at times, dig my heels in. If somebody tells me I can't do something, I'm going to try and prove them wrong. It's not always the case, but I'm never going to fail because I quit, I quit myself basically. Until I've exhausted every option, I'm never going to admit to failure, and that's just, I guess, a part of my makeup. So what I quickly discovered is that a lot of people writing articles about the success that they had really couldn't back up that evidence at all, or were brand new to the platform, or they made it on a different platform and you didn't have access to seeing those figures. So there are a few articles that strike to mind. One writer now who isn't on Medium anymore was talking about how easy it was to get 1,000 followers on Medium, but when I checked out his profile, he had under 500. So clearly it was a clickbait article. Others have claimed they've made thousands and thousands of dollars every single month, but I've never seen any evidence of them doing that. Of course, there are writers that do that on Medium, very, very successful writers, and I guess there are a few things why they're able to do that. Number one is longevity. They've been on the platform for a long time. They're very, very established. Probably the most significant one would be because they write for the larger publications on Medium, which is not necessarily about the publications themselves, but it's the exposure that they get to the amount of potential readers on the platform that helps. I'm not going to go into too much depth because, again, it's going to lead on to what I'm going to tell you at the end of this video, but it's just a starting point for me. I guess when you're in the situation of you've just started, and like I said, you're not getting the reach, you're not getting the claps, you're not getting the views, your income from Medium is very low. Hell, you could be spending $5 on Medium and earning $2 a month back from it. it's very easy to get down very, very quickly and consider yourself as a failure. Now, first and foremost, Medium is a reading platform, so the $5 that you pay, have enjoyment from the content that's on Medium. There are a lot of great stories there to be read. But if it is something that you want to make money from, then the best advice I can give you is to invest in yourself. When I say invest in yourself, there are many different ways that I feel that you can do this. First and foremost is read lots of articles with writers that you appreciate, with writers that have been there, seen it and done it, and certainly take some tips from those established writers. That's the first thing that you can do, and it's certainly something that I try to do. The second thing, I guess, would have a bit of investment. The first investment you can give, of course, is your time. So investing on doing a lot of brainstorming, gathering ideas, running those ideas through with friends and family or other writers, and actually spend time studying, understanding your audience, the people that are following you, understanding what Medium wants, how the algorithm works in terms of being further distributed, because that's a massive one, to be able to have an increased earnings on the Medium platform. So those types of things you can do relatively easy and relatively cheaply. So the other thing you can do is, it's not all about Medium. There are plenty of web articles off the Medium platform where you can learn about the best way to develop skills to learn to write. I've myself have invested in a few books, and I've really taken from those books not necessarily how to write, but the theory behind writing, what makes a good story, how does the structure of that story work. I did write an article about how I write my stories that took some interest, and it really is a step-by-step instruction list, I guess, or a step-by-step guide of how I write each article. So I will link that below, because I think some of you will find that very interesting, and if I can help you to improve, then I certainly want to do that. Whilst the methods I have spoken about certainly helped me, I went from earning, $20, $30, $40 a month up to earning in the hundreds, to $300 a month. I come to a point of time in Medium where I felt that I was a bit stagnant. I reached out to a few colleagues of mine, a few people that I trust and I feel support me on the Medium platform. I then stumbled across an email that Zuli had sent me, talking about a webinar that was being held by another Medium great called Sinem. I went on that free webinar, and it quickly turned out that the webinar was some real good advice, but it was leading up to a potential of starting an online course with her. I understood the theory behind that. I didn't disagree with anything that she was saying. Who would I be to judge, let alone me, with compared to what Sinem has done. I probably wasn't really ready to invest at that point. The course was put on discount, but I ended up paying about $600 for it. I did that on a payment plan over 3 months. And as I speak today, I'm still only about 60% of the way through that course, so I've still got a little bit to do. However, last month I nearly hit that golden figure of $1,000, so just short of that. Again, which I've written about, and I'll link in the article. In the comment section below. But I've now teamed up with AO who is an extremely phenomenal writer. He's been on the platform for just over 8 years, and as it stands, I think just over 91,000 followers, and makes an incredible amount of money. He's worked with people like Cinema as an example, and we all know how successful she is. So yeah, today really is about talking about investing in yourself as a person, and to talk to you a little bit about the course that AO is going to be running as well. So this Tuesday coming, a free webinar is being held. I will be on that webinar myself, and I know that I've got a lot of my followers have actually signed up for this free webinar. You will learn quite a bit within that short hour, but it will also lead on to offering you the chance to start an online course with a medium great. I watched one of his videos prior to coming out and speaking today, and he was talking about a course that he invested in, which was about 7 years ago now. He actually paid around $750 for that course, and it was a lot of money for him to spend at that time. It's a lot of money now, let alone 7 years ago. However, on that video he talks about the return he's had on that investment, to the extent where he's made over $425,000, and he puts a major emphasis on the course that he went on. Now that is over a long period of time. I'm not suggesting that we're all going to make that sort of money, but even my investment that I made of $600, within a month I earned nearly $1,000. So you could say that that 1 month paid for my whole course. The best advice I can give you is to invest in yourself. It will do better than things like shares, which I've invested in. I've got a share at the moment. I took out a share last year. I spent about £1,000, dollars, about $1,200 in an investment in a share scheme. I've lost about $300 on it so far. I am fairly new to the shares industry, if you like, but just as an example, if you invest in yourself, very, very rarely do you lose out on that, because it's knowledge that you'll never forget. Yes, you may not have that return on investment in week 1 or month 1 or month 2, but you will have a return investment on what you spend. And whilst you might make, it might take you a couple of months to earn that money back, once you've earned that money back and you've still got that knowledge, and you're still growing on the Medium platform, you're going to start making tenfold what you invested. And I'm starting to see the fruits of that myself already. So it's not something that I'm telling you to do that I haven't done myself. There are other great courses, but of course, teaming up with this great man and looking at what he's produced and what he's done, not only on Medium but on YouTube and other writing platforms as well. He is an absolute legend in his own right. For me, AO is a brand, and he's done all this through the power of being self-taught, and what he's now looking to do is to help other writers learn how to invest in themselves in the form of writing, whether that's on the Medium platform or other platforms. So I appear to be losing the light a little bit here in sunny Wales, so I've probably spoken for long enough as it is. Thank you very much for watching today's video. I pray it's turned out okay, because if not, I'm going to have to shoot it all over again. Thank you for watching today's YouTube video. If you liked it, please give me a like. At the bottom, hit the funny little bell to make sure you don't miss any future content. And if you wish to put a little comment below, I would appreciate that very much, and I promise to reply to any comments that you put. Thanks for watching. It's over and out from Robert Ralph. Take care. Bye bye.